So do y'all remember what Hereditary did to me? Let's roll the tape. Where's my Bible? There it is. There's my Bible, yo. There's my journal. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm going to church. I don't play with these demons. I do not play with these demons. So, does Midsommar live up to the hype? Well... What's happening, guys? James here from Reflect the Screen, and today we're going to dive right into Midsommar, the latest film from the director of Hereditary, Ari Aster. Now, before I get into this film, if this is your first time here at Reflect the Screen, welcome. This is a channel that reviews movies and TV shows weekly, so if you don't want to miss out, hit that subscribe button below, like this video, and share it with all your friends too. Don't forget to let me know in the comments how excited are you for this movie, and honestly, maybe how unexcited are you for this movie? Some people are a little nervous about this movie, and rightfully so, but we'll dive into that soon. Okay, so let's get right into Midsommar. And I'm gonna try not to barf during this review. Actor Florence Pugh plays Danny, who is going through a rough time in her life. Her boyfriend Christian, played by Reynor, he's, well, going to Sweden with his buddies. Florence Pugh's like, maybe I can tag along? She gets invited, they all go out, and one of Christian's friends, he's a part of a very interesting village in Sweden. It's really a cult, honestly. And they get invited to all these festivities, and then a ton of weird stuff starts to happen to the group. Emphasis on the weird. Okay, so trust me when I say this film is incredibly disturbing. I mean, Midsommar is one of those films where if you have a weak stomach, if you are not very good with disturbing imagery, you might not want to even sit in the chair at the theater. That might be a good thing for you, but for some people, they were visibly disturbed. There's a ton of blood in this and a lot more face time. Trust me, you'll get the reference when you see the movie. Now, what I did like about the movie is that it introduces this Swedish cult, and in the first half, I'm kind of left wondering what's up. You know, I want to know a little bit more about these people. So there was a bit of a mystery element to the film. Yeah, it's a horror movie, but trust me, it's not scary. It's very disturbing. There's no jump scares. Don't go in thinking it's gonna be like a Conjuring type of film. Speaking of the first half, I mean, Midsommar is really good in that first hour and a half stretch. Florence Pugh is fantastic in this movie. And in this film, she really just puts the cast on her back. I mean, if not for her, this movie would really be in the dumps, but because of her, it's just so much better. I'm really excited for her future. She just has so much emotion in this movie, and it bleeds off the screen. Figuratively, not literally. I know, okay. And there are two technical elements that I really enjoyed about this movie. The first one being the filmmaking. I mean, the cinematography is really pretty. The colors are nice. I loved everything about how it looked. I mean, even the disturbing imagery was incredibly effective most of the time. The second thing, the musical composition. If you saw Hereditary, you understand Ari Aster selects his music very carefully. And in this one, he really brings back that violin. I mean, there's like a track in there, and the violin was so piercing, and the drums were in my ears, and I left the theater, and I'm like, I'm just gonna play some praise and worship music. Oh, much better. Okay. Now, the entire feel of this is really different from Hereditary. I think Hereditary is a more focused film, and it's a little bit more scary. In this one, it's just incredibly disturbing, and that's a good thing for the most part. But honestly, the positives kind of end there. Overall, this film really is a letdown for me. I mean, when we get into that second half stretch, the movie really drags its feet. It becomes weird, really just to be weird. It's incredibly predictable. I mean, that's not always a bad thing, don't get me wrong. But in this movie, you kind of wanted a little bit more of a surprise element, and I didn't get that at all. So I found myself really bored with the story as well. I think that we spent 2 hours and 20 minutes with these characters, and the payoff is really not good at all. It's not worth the time we spent with each and every single character in this movie. The second half is riddled with a ton of awkward sequences, and there's one in particular that's just nasty. Ugh. And I was really wondering when this film would end, and when it does, oh man, I mean, Ari Aster, this can't be the best ending that you've come up with. Nothing really worked in that second half, and it really ruined the film for me. Midsommar is definitely a unique film. I mean, it's not your traditional horror film, and that's a good thing, but I just don't think it's worth the time you spend with the movie. I think you can wait for it on streaming or digital release, but unlike Hereditary, this film just doesn't have the focus. It's not so tight around the edges. If you're expecting Hereditary levels, then you're gonna be really disappointed. But even if you're not, and you're just going in thinking, hey, this is a fresh film from Ari Aster, let's see what this guy's got up his sleeve, you're gonna still be disappointed. Alright guys, so that's my review of Midsommar. If you enjoyed what you watched, go ahead and like this review, subscribe. You don't want to miss out on everything we have going on here at Reflect the Screen. And when you see the movie, let me know in the comments what you think of the film. Are you so disappointed like I am with this film? Thanks so much for watching, you guys, and I'll catch you at the next screening.